Hey guys, it's Michael. I have a very important update for you on the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. Today's video, we're going to go over how White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows had an interview with Fox News earlier today on Monday and promised a larger direct payment for families, more than $1,200 per adult and $500 per child. That was delivered in the spring. He said we should get more than that. And then after that, we're going to go over how White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows said he remains hopeful a deal can be reached within the next 48 hours, but he cautioned that it's too early to tell for 100% certainty whether enough Republicans in the Senate would support a larger stimulus bill. So we're going to go over all of that and more, but before we get started, it would really mean a lot if you could like the video down below and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free to do so, and it currently says about 50% of you watching are not subscribed. So if you'd like to stay up to date on the second stimulus check, second stimulus package, as well as other news updates, well then please be sure to subscribe. Also, don't forget, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and you can get $20 when you download the M1 Finance app as well. So, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows had an interview with Fox News earlier today on Monday and promised larger direct payments for families than the $1,200 per adult and $500 per child that was passed this spring with the CARES Act, even as GOP allies have dumped this idea overboard. Mark Meadows came out earlier today and said the White House increased its stimulus offer today on Monday as Nancy Pelosi's Tuesday deadline to get a deal through before the election is less than 24 hours away now. He explained that the White House has increased their offer up to almost $1.9 trillion from $1.8 trillion, and he said that the president is willing to give some additional money in terms of direct payments. He's willing to give some additional money in terms of PPP to restaurants and hotels and small businesses as well. Meadows goes on to say how they will remain committed to negotiating and passing a second stimulus bill, and also committed to making sure that we get a deal done as quickly as possible. He said that if Nancy Pelosi will be reasonable and she will be willing to negotiate, well then she'll find the President of the United States to be reasonable, and they'll ultimately be able to get something across the finish line and passed before the election. But ultimately, he explained how time is running out and significant differences remain in the way of an informal Tuesday deadline set by Nancy Pelosi if talks are going to lead to stimulus checks before the election in 2 weeks. Moving on, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows also came out and said he remains hopeful that a deal can be reached within the next 48 hours, but he cautioned that it's too early to tell whether enough Republicans in the Senate would support a large spending package. Meadows said Senate Republicans have been very vocal in opposing a large stimulus bill, including the $1.8 trillion that President Trump has backed. Mitch McConnell has specifically come out and said that he wouldn't put that up for a vote and he wouldn't pass it. However, he has changed his mind now. Mark Meadows goes on to explain that there are some people in the Senate who would support this bill, but whether there's enough votes to get over the 60-vote threshold, that's up to Leader Mitch McConnell. One sticking point that still remains with the bill is that House Democrats want at least $2.2 trillion in spending. The president has endorsed going big, but Senate Republicans are reluctant to spend that much. They're set to vote on only a $500 billion bill on Wednesday. The disconnect between Trump, who recently backed passing a larger stimulus bill, and Republican senators who have opposed a high price tag could undercut efforts to approve aid before the election. Getting a deal has been top priority of President Trump, who is trying to shore up his standing with voters who have given him poor ratings on his handling with the virus. But good news is that Mitch McConnell now has changed his mind and has agreed to bring a bipartisan deal between the White House and Pelosi to a Senate vote if something gets passed by the House. Mitch McConnell came out and promised to bring any proposal up for a vote in the Senate if it is agreed upon between the White House and Nancy Pelosi. He said if Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi ever lets the House reach a bipartisan agreement with the Trump administration, the Senate would of course consider it and of course put it up for a vote. So this is good news with the second stimulus check and second stimulus package from Mark Meadows. He said he's very hopeful we could get a deal within the next 48 hours, and Mitch McConnell says he would put the bill up for a vote in the Senate no matter how large it is. So anyways, that's just a quick update on what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.